conversations. Today on our entrepreneurship feature, Shumani Industrial Managing Director Victor Nemukula joins us on the line. Now, with many economic issues in South Africa during the COVID-19 pandemic, recession, government corruption, SMMEs are normally the ones that are hit the hardest. You know, we talk about budget constraints, reduced spending, inadequate preparedness, and a whole lot of other issues around that. Now, joining us on the line, as I did say, it's Victor Nemukula, who is going to be talking to us about his passion for entrepreneurship. He is the managing director of Shumani Industries. Shumani Industrial Equipment is the official dealer of Tedcor Group of companies, Shumani, which means working in Venda. Victor, ndayindoni?
Nenda urini na.
Njoni barmen fetsi?
Ndovuwa.
Robonga manda, rolebo. Thank you and very much, and thank you very much for coming through to talk to us. Just quickly tell us about just your passion for entrepreneurship. I mean, where does this come from?
You know what? I always had a passion. It's something that developed later on in my life. Particularly when I started working, and I got tired of the hustling and bustling of the corporate environment. So I've been in and out of entrepreneurship for the past 26 years. So I would work for a company, I would start a business, it wouldn't go well, and then I would go back. And then ultimately, when I decided, you know what, I've had enough, let me go into business. So it has been a long journey that took place over the last 26 years. But it's not something that I nurtured right from the beginning when I was young. When I was a young boy, I only wanted to work as a teacher.
Is it? Interesting.
Yeah.
So, with that said, I mean, what swayed you then to move into this line and get into what one would say is the passion, your passion at the moment?
You know what? The last venture, which is Shumani, was driven by a desire to form something that was significantly black-owned and bigger in the material handling equipment industry. So that's basically what it was. After the previous job that I had, where I was a sales and marketing director, I wanted to have a big impact into the industry that many black people were not exposed to. And I mean, if you ask an average black person, they don't know that there is an industry called material handling industry to start with. So that was a push for me that drove me into building something of substance.
And tell me about Shumani. What do you guys do?
We supply industrial equipment. Basically, we supply forklifts and cleaning equipment, largely in the beverage industry.
And you know, in times of COVID like this, how have you managed to keep just the business itself afloat? And how has maybe COVID affected you in that regard?
Yeah, COVID had a huge impact. You know, when we started going into lockdown in April last year, we didn't know that we were going to come out in one form or shape, because basically the business closed down and we were working from home. But one of the saving grace for our business, and by luck, was that we were operating very much in the food and beverage industry, which was an essential service. So while I was working from home, I still had a lot of my employees working in the beverage industry, like for some of our blue chip customers. And the other thing was also the fact that we were a dealer for Glasgow, and they really did provide us with a lot of financial cushion, in the sense that they realized their trading terms for us, allowing us to continue to trade when our cash flow were really depressed. So it was a tough period, particularly the 2020 but we came out stronger compared to where we were in 2019.
So as a proudly black-owned and managed company, what would you say are the challenges that you face? And I mean, from a company that has been established in 2015, I'm sure you had to go through some hurdles purely because you're a black company.
Yeah. You know what? When I started Kwena, I was the only employee. I didn't have technicians. I didn't have a lot to offer in terms of service. There was really nothing that I could offer. I remember one of my customers asking me a question, Victor, what is the value that you offer that we cannot get from an existing customers? And I was only able to answer that question maybe 5 years later. Because at the time I could not say I could offer a superior service because I was a one-man band. It was tough. And also the fact that, I was viewed with skepticism within the market in terms of the quality of service and whether we will be the company that will be there tomorrow if they were to give us their business. In the beginning, I traded very much at the back of Gulf Coast experience and the quality of product that they offered until I was able to have my own team of technicians and salespeople that I could claim that we could offer what other companies would offer. And the trick for black companies is to trade on the BEE, and the BEE can also be a test because companies and some of the state-owned businesses also they equate BEE with substandard service and product offering. So those are the hurdles that you face as black business, and access to capital is one of them. It's a big problem because, and that's probably why some of the companies couldn't come out of lockdown because they didn't have the financial resources to pay for the employees when they didn't have income coming through, or the income was less than operating expenses. So those are the big hurdles that most black-owned businesses face today.
Just quickly then, Victor, as we are fast running out of time, with that said, would you say that from that company in 2015 that started with just you, have you made enough strides, to change the lives of those around you?
Yes, in a big way, Kwena. You know what? I'm no longer a small business. We are classified as a large company. Just to give you an example, I think we reckon this year we should be hitting just below R500 million in turnover. And that's for a business that is only 6 years. We are employing just below 100 people, highly qualified technical people in the business. So in terms of the impact in the larger economy and in the life of people that are benefiting from the business, the impact has been tremendous. It's been a wonderful journey in the past 6 years.
Fantastic, Victor. For those who want to find out a little bit more about Shumani, how do they get in touch with you? Is there a website? Are you on social media where they can get in touch with you?
Yes, there is a Shumani Facebook page. There is a Shumani LinkedIn page, and there is a Shumani-industrial.co.za website.
Shumani, Rorebonga man. That's Victor of Shumani talking to us there. Shumani Industrial Managing Director Victor Nemukula talking to us about the company there on our Entrepreneurs Conference.